Well, hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right up to now, I uploaded video lectures on the topic fluid dynamics. In this chapter, I already discussed Bernoulli's theorem, applications of Bernoulli's theorem, applications of Torricelli's theorem, and equation of continuity, types of fluid flow, rate of fluid flow. These are all I discussed in last lectures. Reynolds number also I discussed, and based upon Reynolds number value, how the flow is categorized. These are all we discussed in last lecture. Today we are going to start the most important topic in this chapter, fluid dynamics, that is viscosity. First of all, what is the definition of viscosity? The frictional force between two layers of a fluid which opposes the relative motion between two layers. So what is the meaning of this? Frictional force, viscous force is a type of frictional force which opposes the relative motion between two layers. That is called viscous force. Next, that is called viscous force. Next, in liquids, a viscous force is due to cohesive force between the molecules. In gases, viscous force is due to collision between the molecules. In liquids and gases, viscous force is acting. So here that viscous force is cohesive force between the molecules. So viscous force simply defined as resistance to flow. Okay, that means resistance to flow. In liquids, viscous force is due to cohesive force between the molecules. In gases, viscous force is due to collision between the molecules. Now, first of all, what is cohesive force? The force of attraction between the molecules, of same substance is called cohesive force. Next, adhesive force. The force of attraction between the molecules of a different substance. Force of attraction between the molecules of a different substance is adhesive force. Force of attraction between the molecules of same substance is cohesive force. Okay, this cohesive force is responsible for viscous force in liquids. Next, water, honey, I consider examples, water and honey. So in this two, water flows easily compared to honey, because water has low viscosity, but water has low viscosity, but honey has more viscosity. Honey has more viscosity. Let us consider two examples. One is water, another one is honey. In these two, which is easily flows? Water is easily flows. So that's why water has less viscosity, because frictional force is less. That means viscous force is less. Honey is difficult to flow compared to water. That's why viscous force of honey is high. Next, examples. First example, waves in seawater get subsided due to viscosity. Waves in seawater get subsided due to viscosity. This is first example. Second, liquid molecules flows in proper order due to viscosity. Third one, dust particles cling to blades of fan. Dust particle cling to blades of fan. Even fan rotates rapidly. Is due to viscosity. So this is the third example. Next, fourth one, raindrops falls to ground. So this third application is very important. Dust particle, have you observed in our homes? This is a very known application or example. Just observe in your homes fan blades. Dust particles are attached to the fan blades. Just imagine, even fan is rotated. How the dust particles are attached to that fan? Due to viscosity. So viscosity is a major reason the dust particles are cling to fan blades. Even fan is rotated. This application already we observed. Next, raindrops falls to ground with terminal velocity Vt. Okay, with the terminal velocity Vt due to viscosity. Due to viscosity. Okay. Next, fifth. So these are the major reasons or examples we observed in our daily life. Major examples we observed in daily life. Next. So we had two types of viscosity. One is coefficient of dynamic viscosity. Second one is coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Coefficient of kinematic viscosity. First one. Coefficient of dynamic viscosity. The ratio between tangential stress to velocity gradient. The ratio between tangential stress to velocity gradient is called coefficient of dynamic viscosity. That is indicated with eta. Okay, so that is it is denoted as eta. It is denoted as eta. Eta is equal to tangential stress by tangential stress by velocity gradient. So velocity gradient, tangential stress by velocity gradient. Okay, tangential stress by velocity gradient. Units, SI unit or MKS unit. SI unit or MKS unit is Pascal second or Poiseuille. Next, CGS unit. Poise. Okay, Poise. So 1 Pascal second is equal to 10 Poise. 1 Pascal second is equal to 10 Poise. So coefficient of dynamic viscosity is indicated with eta. Eta is equal to tangential stress by velocity gradient. Well, to continuing my lecture on fluid dynamics, viscosity, second type, coefficient of kinematic viscosity. coefficient of kinematic viscosity. So here the ratio between coefficient of dynamic viscosity and density of fluid is called coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Okay, so coefficient of kinematic viscosity. So observe carefully, ma. Ratio between coefficient of dynamic viscosity and density is called coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Coefficient of kinematic viscosity is equal to coefficient of dynamic viscosity by density of fluid. So that means coefficient of dynamic viscosity is eta and density of fluid is indicated with rho. So this is the formula for coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Next, SI unit. SI unit is meter square per second or meter square into second inverse. Okay. Now, practical unit is Stoke. Practical unit is Stoke. One Stoke is equal to 10 power minus 4 meter square per second. Meter square per second. Now dimensional formula. So here we know that length indicates with otherwise meter indicates with L and second indicates with the T and kg indicated with M. Okay, so that means here M power 0, L square, T power minus 1. So this is a dimensional formula of coefficient of kinematic viscosity. Dimensional formula of coefficient of kinematic viscosity is M power 0, L square, T power minus 1. Next, we are move on to Newton's formula for viscous force. According to Newton's viscous force between two adjacent layers is F is equal to viscous force F is equal to minus eta into A into dV by dx. Eta into A into dV by dx. Here dV by dx is velocity gradient. Velocity gradient. A means area of cross section. Area of cross section. Eta means coefficient of dynamic viscosity. Coefficient of dynamic viscosity. Coefficient of dynamic viscosity. Negative sign indicates. Negative sign indicates direction of force. Direction of force opposite to. Okay, here negative sign indicates direction of force opposite to relative motion of fluid layers. Relative motion of fluid layers. Relative motion of fluid layers. Okay, so this is according to Newton's viscous force formula. F is equal to minus eta into A into dV by dx. A into dV by dx. Next, some factors are affecting the viscosity. Some factors are affecting the viscosity. So factors affecting on viscosity. Factors affecting on viscosity. Factors affecting on viscosity. First one, temperature. Factors affecting on viscosity, temperature. Next, the second one is pressure. Temperature and pressure. In liquids, viscosity, that means viscosity eta is inversely proportional to temperature. Viscosity eta directly proportional to pressure. Next, in gases, viscosity directly proportional to temperature. Viscosity eta directly proportional to temperature. And viscosity directly proportional to pressure. Okay, so these are the factors affecting on viscosity. So in liquids, viscosity is inversely proportional to temperature. In gases, viscosity is directly proportional to temperature. So this is about whole concept of viscosity. Next, we move on to another most important topic in this chapter, that is Poiseuille's formula. So this is very important topic. Next topic is Poiseuille's formula. Poiseuille's formula. Okay. According to Poiseuille's formula, the rate of volume flow rate of fluid passing through horizontal capillary tube horizontal capillary tube horizontal capillary tube is Q is equal to volume flow rate, that means volume by time, volume flow rate. Okay, so Q is equal to formula pi into PR power 4 pi 8 eta L 8 eta L. This is a on capillary tube. I consider this is a capillary tube. Okay, fluid is passing through just like this. Okay, so here this is end A, this is end B. This is capillary tube. Yeah, one capillary tube. Here P means pressure difference between two ends of capillary tube. Pressure difference between two ends of capillary tube or radius of capillary tube. Next, eta, coefficient of dynamic viscosity. L, length of capillary tube. Length of capillary tube. So this is a Poiseuille's formula. Next, here length of capillary tube means here this is L, like this. Length of capillary tube is equal to L, like this. Length of capillary tube. Okay, so now Poiseuille's formula valid for conditions. Poiseuille's formula valid for conditions. Okay, valid for conditions. First condition, steady flow or streamline flow. Steady flow and laminar flow. Flow is steady flow or laminar flow, then only Poiseuille's formula is valid. Next, horizontal capillary tube. Horizontal capillary tubes మాత్రమే valid అవుతుంది. Next, so horizontal capillary tube. Next, third one, fluid particles or drops touch to capillary tube or at rest. So these three conditions satisfied, then only Okay, so these three conditions satisfied, then only Poiseuille's formula is valid. Next, Poiseuille's formula, Poiseuille's formula, Poiseuille's formula, Q is equal to pi into P r power 4 by 8 eta L. So here Q is equal to P by 8 eta L by pi r power 4. This can be written as like this. Okay, this is nothing but Q by P. Q is equal to P by R. So here fluid resistance R is equal to what we got, 8 eta L by pi r power 4. 8 eta L by pi r power 4 is fluid resistance, that is R value, fluid resistance 8 eta L by pi r power 4. Next case 1, capillary tubes connected in series, capillary tubes connected in series, capillary tubes connected in series. Okay, so for example, this is one capillary tube. Okay, this is also connected with another capillary tube. Two capillary tubes are connected in series. They are connected in series. Here for this capillary tubes, pressure difference. This is a pressure P1 and this is P0. Here pressure is and here P0 and here P2. Okay, so first one, pressure difference delta P1, pressure difference of first capillary tube, pressure difference of first capillary tube is equal to P1 minus P0. Next, delta P2, pressure difference of second capillary tube is equal to P0 minus P2. So here main important point is in series connection, Q, that means volume flow rate is same. Delta P, pressure difference is not same. In series connection, Q, volume flow rate is same. Delta P, pressure difference is not same. So here, well, to continue my lecture on fluid dynamics, capillary tubes connected in series. Here in series connection, volume flow rate is same, pressure difference is not same. This is very important. So based upon these points, now based upon these points, Q1 is equal to Q2, volume flow rate is same. Okay, what is volume flow rate formula? Q is equal to pi into P r power 4 by 8 eta L. Okay, 8 eta L. So here Q is equal to P by R. Then R is equal to here 8 eta L by pi R power 4. So this is R value. Okay. Q1 is equal to Q2. In series connection, R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. R1 plus R2. So Q effective is equal to P by here P by R effective. So P by R effective means R1 plus R2. Then Q effective is equal to P by R1 means 8 eta into L1 by pi R1 power 4 plus 8 eta into L2 by pi R2 power 4. So this is a Q effective in series connection. So this is a Q effective in series connection. This is one part. So now other part is Q1 is equal to Q2. Q1 means pi into P R power 4. That means delta P1 into R1 power 4 by 8 eta into L1. Okay, 8 eta into L1 is equal to pi into delta P2 into R2 power 4 by 8 eta into L2. Here pi 8 eta cancel. So delta P1 by delta P2 is equal to delta P1 by delta P2 is equal to R2 power 4 into L1, R1 power 4 into L2, and that is equal to, here P is directly proportional to R, that means R1 by R2. So R1 by R2. So here Q is equal to P by R, P by R. That means Q is equal to constant here. Q is equal to constant in series. In series, Q is equal to constant, then P is directly proportional to R. Okay, so then delta P1 by P2 is equal to, this is equation 1. So here P1 by delta P2 is equal to what we got, R1 by R2. So this is equation 2. Okay, this is equation 2. So from this, delta P1 by delta P2 is equal to, from 1 and 2, delta P1 by delta P2 is equal to R2 power 4 into L1 by R1 power 4 into L2. Right. From 1 and 2, delta P1 by P2 is equal to R2 power 4 into L1 by R1 power 4 into L2 into is equal to R1 by R2. R1 by R2. So now we already know the capillary tubes are connected like this. Capillary tubes are connected like this. Delta P1 means here P1, here P0, here P2. Delta P1 means P1 minus P0. Delta P2 means P0 minus P1. P0 minus P2. So already you know this. Substitute delta P1 value is P1 minus P0 by P2 means P0 minus P2 is equal to R2 power 4 into L1, R1 power 4 into L2 is equal to R1 by R2. So this is the condition in series. This is the main condition in series connection. Then Q effective is equal to P by 8 eta L1 by pi R1 power 4, 8 eta L2 by pi R2 power 4 here. R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. So this is case 1, capillary tubes connected in series. Next we are move on to case 2, that is capillary tubes connected in parallel. Capillary tubes connected in parallel. Capillary tubes connected in parallel. Connected in parallel. Case 2. Capillary tubes connected in parallel, case 2. So in parallel connection, R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. In parallel connection, Q is not same. Delta P is same. Delta P is same. So Q is equal to P by R. Then Q equivalent is equal to P by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That means P by R equivalent. P by R equivalent, that is equal to P by R equivalent means 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Okay, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So this is very important. Sorry. Here the main important thing is P equivalent is equal to Q equivalent into R equivalent. Then Q equivalent into R equivalent means 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So that means here we got R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. R equivalent value. That is in P equivalent. Okay, next in parallel connection of horizontal capillary tubes, horizontal capillary tubes, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Then R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R equivalent. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. 1 by R equivalent. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That means R equivalent is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Here R value is R is equal to 8 eta L by pi R power 4. R means fluid resistance. fluid resistance. So here here main thing is right, Q1 by Q2 is equal to, we know that Q is equal to P by R. Here P is equal to constant in parallel connection. P is equal to constant means Q is inversely proportional to R. So that means Q1 by Q2 is equal to R2 by R1. R2 by R1, that is equal to, and again R is directly proportional to length. R is directly proportional to length. So that's why L2, and R is inversely proportional to R power 4. R is directly proportional to length. R is inversely proportional to R power 4. So that means L2 into R1 power 4 by L1 into R2 power 4. So this is a condition in parallel. This is a very important condition in parallel. So this is a condition in parallel. So in series, condition is different. So this is about Poiseuille's formula and capillary tubes connected in series and capillary tubes connected in parallel connection. So please note down carefully. Next we are move on to the most important topic, that is Stokes law. So for terminal velocity, Stokes formula for terminal velocity. So note down carefully. Well, in the next lecture I am going to discuss Stokes law and terminal velocity, derivation of terminal velocity. So these are all points I discussed in next lecture. I hope you are all understood this lecture. In this lecture up to now I discussed Poiseuille's formula and capillary tubes connected in series connection. So then how to find fluid resistance R equivalent. If capillary tubes connected in parallel connection, what is the main condition we got? So these are all we discussed. And viscosity, types of viscosity we discussed, factors affecting on viscosity we discussed. Next, daily life observations of viscosity we discussed, examples of viscosity we discussed, and coefficient of kinematic viscosity, coefficient of dynamic viscosity we discussed, factors affecting on temperature and pressure we discussed in this lecture. I hope you are all understood this lecture. So next lecture I'll come back with new concepts and new formulas. Thank you for watching my lectures. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you so much.